Hey, this is SapphireMayo and welcome to Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy's Conquest. Without further ado, we shall begin with our first file. And we are of course playing one player. And as you can see, we are starting at Gangplank Galley, which was the very last area of the first game. So we're starting off where we finished. And we are starting with Pirate Panic. So you may notice everything's very pirate feel with it. And if we go down here, it says, "I've kidnapped that lumbering fool Donkey Kong and you'll never see him again. Yar, and that's from Captain K. Rules. So he left a nice letter for us. Ain't that nice of him? And if we make our way here, we see a new well, of course new enemies, but of course a new character, Dixie Kong, who has a much better jump than Diddy Kong, which is kind of cool. And one thing I also want to mention is that I first played this game in 2010, so I actually don't really have any nostalgic connections with this game. But I will, like any other mandatory explanation things that always happen with I cannot explain things at all. God. I'm just saying that every time you have a first episode on a Let's Play, you have to explain everything that's new. Because this game introduces a lot of new mechanics, and returning mechanics as well, such as bonuses, which I just went in right now, which we have to find the tokens. So tokens are a new thing introduced into this series. And what you have to do is just get to the end of the stage, or complete a certain, something that is required of you to do, and you have to do that, fulfill it, and then you get a token. And of course, Ranby is back, and when if you charge, which is another new mechanic, all the animal buddies, I believe, have a charging, or some equivalent. Hold down the A button, and charge to find more secrets. And here we've got to destroy them all, so if we destroy all the enemies, we get a token. And of course, it's something that Ranby has no problem in doing, because he's pretty much knows how to make carnage pretty easily. Like a boss. And so yes, this will indeed be a 102% completion attempt, anyway. DK coins, new collectible, another new thing added to this series. And nice life at the end of there. And the item targets area, which is quite nice. And I really like the endings that both the characters do. I just think it's a really nice touch. So that does it with our Pirate Panic, exclamation mark, with a DK symbol. That means we've collected everything. Very good. Main Brain Mayhem is the next stage. And let's hopefully I do this with a little less fail, because I'm pretty sure, given that this is probably the game that I've played the least out of the 3 games in Donkey Kong Country, there might be a bit more failing, perhaps. But granted, I have played the Game Boy Advance version of this, so I think things should be alright. Maybe, but even then I might surprise myself, especially when I have a microphone in front of me. Which usually means that I just tend to be a lot worse at video games when that happens. Okay. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention that these are coins, another new thing. And they will have a purpose a little bit later, and I will be showing that off on how they are used. Like so. And I also have a challenge for myself, and that's to actually beat this game without having to backtrack because I forget where the freaking bonuses are. Because that was ridiculous when I was playing my very first Let's Play, for that matter, for Donkey Kong Country. That was just so stupid. I seriously went through the entire game, got to the final boss, and I still missed a freaking bonus stage. Which is ridiculous, but anyway, we are in a bonus right now, and I want to try and do something. Can I do it? Can I do it? Ah, I missed one. I missed. Oh, well, there we go. You can easily use the cannonball and the crates there to kill stuff, but who cares? I like to roll into everything. I'm one of those people who like just roll with it. But here we got a tag team. Go up here. And we have to collect the stars. So here we have to collect all the stars. There's a little counter at the top of the screen, and once it gets to 0, a nice token will appear for us. Again, the tokens, as you probably would have noticed, they are required for the 102% completion. And I think, don't quote me on this, but I think you might also have to use the banana coins as well for something also required for the completion of the percentage thingy. I'm not very good at explaining myself, aren't I? Anyway, nice life. We've got 13 lives and it's like only 2 levels. What the frig? But, oh well, that's alright. I guess I could always use extra lives. You can never have too many lives when you're playing Donkey Kong Country. Unless you glitch the game and have more than 99 or something. So let's talk to... Well, we'll go to Cranky Kong in the Monkey Museum. Let's see, what do you have to say? Come and say hello to your old Grandpappy Cranky. I'm back by popular demand and offer you a wealth of my game-playing wisdom for this unnecessary sequel. What are you talking about? This sequel's totally necessary. Give up now before your kids realize you're not as popular as Donkey Kong was. As if. Gaze in awe as you appreciate my knowledge. Sorry, I misread that. So, of course, you can actually purchase things, more or less hints where you find the bonuses, but we won't be really needing to do that. But luckily, the help is there if you needed it. But of course, with internet and all that jazz, you're not going to be using him that much. Now let's move on to Gangplank Galley. Which, a bonus has to be... Bonus has to... Why do I have to herp-de-derp with my talking? Bonuses at the very beginning of the level, I always like that, because it means less looking around for bonuses and more playing the stage and getting to the end of them. And just as the bonus is at the very beginning, if we take the hook here, we also get a DK coin. I believe it's about 40 Donkey Kong coins. Yeah, I think about 40 DK coins. In the Game Boy Advance one, I think there was about like 68, because there was more mini-games and stuff that they gave you DK coins for. So I might make a few comparisons between the two. But for those wondering about Game Boy Advance, the ports and everything, they are easier than the Super Nintendo ones, most of the time. But nonetheless, they are still one and the same game. And I think, do we get anything interesting up here? Just a letter? That's good enough. Also, this enemy here, if you try and beat him normally, he gets pissed off and he goes all red and stuff, so you gotta kill him with other means. He's a bit like a Crusher, but, yeah, he pretty much is like Crusher, I would say. Because there's no way, I don't think you can even roll into him. You have to actually, like, do this. Alternatively, you could just be invincible as well and kill them the same. Which I believe there is another bonus up here, if I can don't time out the invincibility. There we go. I don't care about that life, I got plenty. I've got to find the token. So here we just got to go a bunch of hooks and things. Well, luckily so far so good when it comes to knowing where all the bonuses and collectibles are. But even then, I might surprise myself because it is only the 3rd level. But with Donkey Kong Country 2, I'd say it's probably the fan favourite of the series. Well, it is certainly... Oh, by the way, you can... we'll go here a little bit later. Go to Lockjaw's Locker. But really, I think Donkey Kong Country 2, it does so many different... Like, so many things new and different that I think a lot of people like it. It's, I certainly think it's got the steepest difficulty curve. I don't know why people think the 3rd game's the hardest when it's the longest, but not the hardest. I would say this one's a bit harder. But this, it just has really interesting levels in terms of like level design and stuff. They do really, really well for this game. Now, if we go down here, we come across our little friend Engard. Because he'll be needing to help us out with something. Because if we hold down the A button and charge up, we get to our next bonus. I think this one's a bit like a maze of sorts. But usually the timer gives us plenty of time. The timer gives you plenty of time to get to the token thing if I don't herp-de-derp. And if memory serves, there's about 75 creme coins, or 75 tokens, to collect. So we gotta collect them all. Gotta catch them all. Well, not catch them, but more or less collect them, but yeah. Oh, jeez. I'm not a very big fan of the water levels, but luckily in this game they do make the water levels a little bit more interesting. Especially, I guess say a lot more interesting than they did with the first game, because there's more interesting stuff happening, like the rising water levels, there's more enemies. You can go in and out of the water. I don't think that was something that was possible to do in the previous game. And I could have just used Engard, but I forgot he was even there because I was too busy doing other stuff. But we still got the DK coin nonetheless. And let's see if we can try and get the... Oh, never mind. I was hoping to get the life, but... Oh, well, that's good enough. And let's have a word with Swanky Kong. Give them a big hand, folks. Good evening, I'm Swanky Kong, and you're tonight's contestants on my Bonanza. It's easy to play, just pick a game and you're away. So this is pretty much where you use your coins, or where I'm going to use my coins, and I will be showing this off as I go along. So let's go to Swanky Swag. What is my name? Well, it is clearly Wonky. No, it's actually Swanky. What is the first enemy that you see in the first game? Well, we certainly didn't see Earthworm Jim or a scaly crocodile, so let's go with a furry rat. What is the name of this area of the island? Well, it is Gangplank Galley, as I said earlier in the very beginning of this Let's Play. Okay, now we go to Pirate Puzzler. What button do you press to run? Well, clearly it's the start button. No, it's actually the Y button. Alright. Now, what is the name of the first level of the game? It is Pirate Panic, because pirates don't go on a picnic. What is the name of the enemy boss who has kidnapped Donkey Kong? Well, it is certainly not Captain Crap or Captain Creep, but it is Captain K. Rool. And of course you get heaps of lives when you do this. Let's try the Chimp Challenge. What's the first level of the game? The windows... Oh, wait, how many windows? Yeah. I think it's 4. The first name of the ringing level, all the other 2 levels, oh, these aren't really levels at all. Let's go Minecart Mayhem. And first level of the game, which of these are not in the background object of the captain's cabin? I don't think I had a gun. Yep. So you get a 3 up for that, so 25 lives. That's pretty cool. Leave the studio, that's all done for, not Cranky Kong, but Swanky Kong. And how are we going for time? I think I might end things off here, so let's have a word with Wrinkly Kong at the Kong College. Hello dearies, I'm Miss Wrinkly Kong, headmistress here at the Kong College. I'm available to teach courses on how to play this game, or if you just pop in when you want to save your little old game. Now then, how can I help you? I want to save my game for free, thank you very much. You do have to actually pay 2 coins every other time you save the game, but every world you have free saving, so that's pretty cool. So I think that ends things off here. This has been SapphireMayo. Over and out.